So, you want to learn skateboarding. I'm sure you have Googled or YouTubed how good can you get after 1 year of skating. Well, I hope I can answer that question for you. I believe that the tricks you see in this video will be achievable in your first year. First off, we all begin with the very basics, pushing around and learning to balance our body on the board. After that, you should be able to do kick turns. That's when you ride up to a quarter pipe, transition or bank and you turn your body 180 degrees. Tic-tacs. No, I am not talking about the mints. Tic-tacs are good for speed, control, balance and emergency adjustments. So, back to kick turns. Absolutely essential to learn. You should do it frontside and backside. When you do lines at the park, you will meet a bank or quarter pipe at the end of the park, and that's when you kick turn and maintain speed so you can flow back and forth and do grinds, slides, manuals, flip tricks and all that jazz. And if you skate transition, you should also know how to pump and ride to fakie. You should also be able to do a little bit of carving. Revert or power slide. I'm more of a revert guy. You should be able to do at least one of them within your first year. They look cool and they feel great. Hippie jumps are super easy to do and I wasn't planning on including them on this list, but many beginners start doing them before learning ollies. Incredibly fun trick, especially over rails. Manuals. You should 1000% know how to do them. If you don't, grab a bucket of chalk and draw lines from A to B. That's going to teach you how to balance on 2 wheels. Some people learn nose manuals in their first year. I didn't. I wish I did. If you learn it in your first year, hats off to you. By the way, if you notice that you are a natural, ollie to manual might be for you. Riding off curbs, I believe everyone should be able to do it. Not everyone will learn how to ollie in their first year, but the majority will. Keep in mind though, when you first learn ollies while rolling, it's not gonna look sexy and it will take some time before it starts to look clean. I think ollies are easy to learn, but hard to master. You should be able to ollie down curbs, sidewalks, low obstacles and maybe ollie up. It all comes down to how much you actually practice, how much time you are putting in, how much work you are putting in and how much you are committing, deliberate practice. You should also be able to do shove-its, nollie shove-its, fakie shove-its. They should all be in your bag of tricks by now. And if you are lucky, you might even get a pop shove-it. Dropping in is something that you need to learn, no matter what discipline you are skating. The normal progression is starting with something small like a bank or a kicker, and it can be scary at first. And the only tips I can give is to lean forward, stomp the bug under your front truck and just ride off. When you have gained confidence from dropping in on banks and kickers, you can try quarter pipes and mini ramps. The next trick is rock to fakie. I recommend wearing a helmet in the beginning. I hit the back of my head on a quarter pipe and I wish I had a helmet on. Make sure you lift the tail to avoid hanging up. It's quite common to learn rock and roll a few months after learning rock to fakie. Axle stalls. This one is a bit more difficult than rock to fakie as it requires timing and balance, but most beginners, they learn this trick in their first or second year of skateboarding. If you learn fast, you might even get a 50-50 grind. You never know before you try. 2-stair ollie. I don't have a 2-stair available, so I'm doing this trick on a 3-stair, but a 2-stair is a reasonable milestone after a year of skating and it should be within reach if you can ollie consistently. Fakie ollie, very realistic. Frontside 180, you should be able to learn it after ollie. Backside 180 might take longer, it's just way more awkward, so don't expect to get it right away. Should you be able to kickflip in your first year? Well, maybe. Landing the first kickflip is amazing, I will never forget it. But for most people, learning how to kickflip is not that realistic and that's why I say maybe. Pro tip, try it on banks first, it's way easier. So what about heel flips? Maybe. Not very realistic, but it could happen. I think board slides could be within reach too, especially on boxes or ledges. You might even learn them on low rails. If you have access to a low rail and are willing to commit, then you should have this trick locked in during your first year. You might even do board slides on bigger rails. 50-50 grind. Very common to learn in the first year. Some people find grinds more intimidating than slides, but if you try it on a small ledge or curb, then you will most likely learn it pretty fast. This is all subjective, but these are my benchmarks based on observations and experience.